So actually, what I've showed you guys is the, the DB1 machine is actually a virtual machine. So this is vCenter, and you see the DB1 machine running. So what I'm going to do is actually power it off. And the reason I'm powering it off is vCenter doesn't let you delete VMs that are powered on. So
can't imagine why.
I have to first power it off. So I'm kind of powering it off, and then I'm deleting the VM. So now I have a really bad disaster because I lost the server too, not just the databases. So what I can do is basically I kind of powered it off at 602.16. And this is kind of sitting on a Reduxio system. So 602.16. Let me just go and access the system here. So this is located on the data store for ERP, and I'm going to find that data store. So actually, we're coming up with the plugin for vCenter. I'm going to show it briefly, just for look and feel, but it's not fully operational yet, so I'll have to use the manual method of recovery, which is I clone a volume and connect to that data store. This add-on software, we're going to call it Reduxio Storage Manager for vSphere, is basically saving this entire, need to do this in steps. I'll show it to you in a moment in vSphere. So this is going to be just integrated and more easy. Now I have to do the full steps.
Okay. You said this UI is all touch enabled, so you could run this on an iPad?
Yes. We designed it so that you could run it on an iPad for management, and that's kind of the design concept is to be mobile ready, not just for monitoring, but for actual
actions.
For actual actions, yeah. Everything I do here, you could do on an iPad.
Yeah, because I'm noticing that you've got like nice big targets there for things like, closing the window zones and selecting items and stuff.
Right. So that a fat finger will work.
Yep.
Exactly. So let me just go to this data store, and I hope this will work fine. Because I'm kind of cloning clones. That's the fun part. You can clone clones. So,
can you clone clones of clones?
Yes.
You clone clones of clones of clones?
Yes.
To any level.
Yeah,
yes.
But eventually you become the Asgard and there's DNA degradation.
So I'll pick 602.10 as my target timestamp, and I'll call this 4 so I won't get confused. And I'm gonna just assign that new clone to the Lab ES6, what we call host group. So host groups are just meant for ES6i clusters. So this assigns it to the entire set of hosts. And I'm gonna go back to vSphere. Gonna go back to the host. Rescan devices on the host. Going to go to adapters and then just scan the iSCSI initiator from VMware. Just go back for a second here and look at the WWID of the volume's 59. So I just want to make sure I'm looking at the right volume once the scan is done. Maybe in the meantime, let me just show you one thing. So I've got this plugin actually installed, and you can see the history here and bookmark tabs. This is how the Reduxio Storage Manager going to look like. You're going to be able to pick up the timestamp basically that you want to clone to right from vSphere, and you just hit create, and you're going to get another data store back to that second. So it's pretty cool.
That is pretty nifty.
What you need to do is just totally jank this up and make it, require, Flash or something, so that way it'll really fit in with vSphere.
Was that
Make it look really ugly and require Flash, and then it'll fit in right nicely with vSphere.
Yeah, or you can make it run with the
We're a
version of Java that's not
we're a
supported
VMware
anymore.
Technology Alliance partner.
So you're not allowed to criticize
We're a
vSphere?
paying partner, so. And actually, it wasn't mentioned before, but we just won today the Gold Award in the VMworld show. So,
Congratulations.
thank you. We're good with VMware. We're good friends of VMware, like we should be. So let me see what we've got here on devices. I just want to make sure I have this device here.
Ready for long numbers. There it is.
Yeah, here it is. So I've got this one. So if I go to data stores, I'm going to actually add that as a new data store. This should show the new devices found that are not already data stores. So let me see, this should be, I need this one, 59. I'm gonna assign a new signature, it's kind of more convenient for the demo here. And it's gonna connect to this data store, and hopefully this should have my DB1 virtual machine back in there, back to that same second that I've chosen. So let's see. Just coming up. Okay, scan is over, so let me. This was actually, this should be this guy. Let me just actually, I want to take a look at the files in it. So I've got the DB1 machine, and all I have to do is register it again, and I'm up and running. So I'm gonna pick the same original location where it was, same name, same everything, and it's pretty straightforward to every VMware administrator at that point. So now that it's back, I'm just gonna boot the machine up, and I'm ready to go. So do you have any questions on that, or it's kind of pretty straightforward? So with the what we call Reduxio Storage Manager for vSphere, it's just a little bit quicker. I don't have to do the manual steps of creating the clone on the Reduxio side and doing the assignments and everything. It's just gonna be rescanning, and you get the virtual machine back to any second. So that's, we believe, is very cool.
Yeah.
So we actually do talk about data store level recoveries and VM level recoveries as well. I mean, I'm showing here VM level recovery. In a way, having this extra data store just for that VM may be inconvenient to some. What you can do is migrate that back into the original data store and then delete the snapshot one. Because we support VAI, SCSI primitives, this migration this cloning migration is going to be very efficient on data movement because of VAI. So we support rapid cloning, rapid provisioning, and we've done a lot of optimization to be pretty quick. So obviously, because of no-dupe also, it doesn't take up real extra space to do this copy and migration because it's all deduped. It's the same machine. So yeah, I got to tell her that I moved it. Actually, it should be here. Yep. I'll answer the question. Okay. That concludes the demo.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Do you guys have any more questions or?
No?
Good.
No, I think, well, there's the one really sensitive question. How much does this fine technology cost?
Ask the sales guys.
Okay, so actually, that's the right answer because, but I can tell you that a 40 terabyte raw system is like under 100K.
Okay. Okay.
But for an exact price quote, you'll have to talk to our salespersons.
For what it will actually cost as opposed to list price, I have to take your sales guy and throw him in a corner and beat him up like I do real sales guys.
Would be a good idea.
I think the best way to answer that, I kind of relaxed from your question, so I kind of had the 10 seconds extra to think about it. So we designed the system to be highly efficient in the way it uses flash. Mm-hmm. And we put all the rest in disks. So that actually allows us to be highly competitive. When I'm on the, in our booth, if I look around, it lets me be very competitive compared to other architectures and technologies that are out there that are not really optimizing the use of flash because of different reasons. And we optimize it both by doing inline, in-memory, dedependent compression, and because we do tiering at the block level, and these algorithms that let us be flash first and migrate the rest to disk. And I had an interesting discussion with someone this morning, and I told him, listen, it's easy to discount stuff, but the real way to make something with better price performance is only with technology. Only this way you can get to scales of difference, and that's what we believe we've done. So if you need more storage at home, Howard, talk to our sales guys.
I don't need any more storage at home, but the lab, I've only got a petabyte, so could always use more.
You can always use some more. Okay, great.